Hello, and welcome to Pato's news segment. So this didn't really go as planned. Thought it'd be nice to do a news segment while drinking some whiskey, but I didn't anticipate how many takes I would fuck up, and the longer this segment went, the more whiskey I'd have to drink. I'm gonna try to edit this down so you might get just one or two news articles coherently. Enjoy. This is my new segment. I don't really know what I'm doing. Gabriel, as you must have heard, is sick with COVID. What the fuck? Who got sick with COVID anymore? This is it. This is what we all came here for. Look what I could do. So in this part of the news, I forget that this is a audio podcast, and I start playing around with my camera. Yeah, sorry. It's still happening. Okay, it's almost over. Okay, I don't know how to do this. Okay, it's over. I'm not like a YouTuber. Cheers. Let's just go straight into the news that I've prepared. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Oh. Look at this camera. I got a camera here and a camera here. I'm gonna have to heavily edit all of this. Fuck, what did I write down? This is, pop culture. Oh, this isn't really good. I'm reading like what I wrote down, and it's not that good. I'm fucking tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Bruce Willis is going senile. Not part of the news segment. What the fuck was I talking about? Just saw North by Northwest for the first time. I don't think it's the best Alfred Hitchcock movie. I think that the movie was mostly about train sex. But there's more train sex than I expected in the movie. It's like a spy thriller. I didn't expect that. I know Alfred Hitchcock for different things, but it didn't really work for me. I don't recommend it. Other movies that I've seen recently, the Before Sunrise, the Before series, I don't know what you would call it, like with Ethan Hawke, like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. I saw Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. I haven't seen Before Midnight. I'm just an Ethan Hawke fan ever since Gattaca, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time, mostly because of biology class. They're good movies. I didn't realize it was going to be like just a whole, like just a conversation. It's just a conversation between people that have really good chemistry on screen. It's like a coming of age, but for your 20s and then for your 30s. And I assume Before Midnight it's a coming of age for your 40s. I haven't seen Before Midnight though. So I also saw Anatomy of a Fall. A good movie. Good movie. It was long, and I even saw the runtime beforehand. Like, me and my friends were putting it on, and I was like, it's like 11 o'clock. Like, we're gonna finish this movie at like 1:30. Honestly, it was worth it. Well, I was engaged throughout, so I recommend it. Good movie. It's really hot in here. Next topic. Fuck, we're still on pop culture. I really have to go through this a lot quicker. I might just restart. I think I'm gonna restart. Hello and welcome to take 2 of Pato's news segment. I think I've drank too much whiskey to do this properly, so we're just gonna do the best we can. I can't take myself seriously. And this is stupid. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. In this segment, I'm gonna have to edit all of this to like. Fuck. I'm fucking hungry too. Like, I'm just gonna get through this. I'm just gonna pump through this, and I don't like wearing these glasses either. This is how it became 20 minutes on the first edit. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself. I can't just go off on rants like this. The longer it takes, the more drunk I get, and the harder it gets to film. Recently, I saw North by Northwest. It wasn't good. It really wasn't. It was dated, probably. And no disrespect to Mr. Hitchcock. I'm gonna have to edit all of this. Fuck. We have the world's ugliest dog was just named. It was just crowned, I should say. This year's winner, its name is Wild Thing. Or Wild Thing. It could be, it's Wild Thing or Wild Thing. I actually, on my notes, I have written Wild Thing with an A. I don't know. Just ugly dogs. Ugly dogs. Runner-up was called Rome. Third place goes to Daisy. So, congratulations to those fucking dogs. Next up. It's sports. Okay. Sports section. I really need to get through this. We have the Copa America going on in the United States. Oh no. Oh no, my hair. Better. What am I talking about? Anyway, the point is Mexico sucks. We're not playing well. We beat Jamaica, and then we lost Venezuela. Missed a penalty. And it's like we're playing on home turf too, because the tournament's held in the US, which means that the stadiums are just filled with Mexicans whenever Mexico plays. It's just disappointing. Moving on. Euro Cup. Oh, we're still in sports, right? Yeah, okay. So, Euro Cup. Romania topping the group, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I don't really care about European football. European football is really boring. National football. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, European football. It's so boring. This is the sports section, baby. Moving on. Oh yeah, Austria topped their group too, which is a little bit of an upset. This week in marketing. 1 second, let me fix my hair. And we're back. What was I talking about? The Hot Tour girl is selling hats now. Next on marketing news. I feel like I had more marketing news than this. Am I missing a paper? Wait. In more marketing news, the last N in 7-Eleven is lowercase. Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. Apparently, the wife of the founder of 7-Eleven thought it was too aggressive if all the letters were uppercase. So, executive decision, last letter lowercase. Honestly, good call. It's like removing the in the Facebook. She is the Justin Timberlake of 7-Eleven. Next in the news. Oh, that's it. I know there's one more that I actually didn't write down, but like I thought I did. I guess I didn't. The N. No, I just said that. Anguilla. Wait, I need a wait 1 second. I don't know if it's anguilla or anguilla.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this British overseas territory in the Eastern Caribbean. How do you go about pronouncing the name of this island? The most common pronunciation in English is Anguilla. Anguilla, however, the locals call it Anguilla, Anguilla or Anguilla. Here are more videos on how to pronounce the names of Caribbean islands and country names all around the world, whose pronunciations aren't exactly always obvious.
Alright, what the fucking ever. Oh, I wrote it down in politics. Oh, this story I wrote down in politics, actually. It's marketing. It's a marketing story. So, what did he say? Anguilla has gotten a huge economic boost recently in the past 3 years due to its domain name .ai, which they've been selling from 140 to thousands of euros per domain name. Very much in demand, so much so that it's become 20% of its total revenue. 20%, 1/5 of the country's money that gets fucking spent on fucking roads is fucking AI domain name. If Anguilla was a hand, one of its fingers would be solely domain names ending with AI. I need to re-report this, don't I? This isn't working. So the Bolivian president, Luis Arce, has just staged a coup d'etat, aka a coup, or I don't know, or a revolution. Apparently, it's very much speculated that Bolivian President Luis Arce staged a coup in his country of Bolivia. The Bolivian general Juan José Zúñiga started this staged coup, and he got arrested on live TV. After he got arrested, he confessed that it was all a ruse to boost Luis Arce's numbers. Next news segment. Spain's population is decreasing. I really honestly have no nuance to this news section. Apparently, actually no, I do. I mean, it's not nuance, just stuff that I read. Apparently, the same amount of women are having babies at the age of 39 as the same amount of women as the age of 27. Interesting news there. Surprising, to say the least. The baby per person, no, the baby per two people, right? Yeah, the baby per two people is like 1.2 or something like that in Spain, which is like super low. In order to have like an increasing population, you have to have over 2, right? So obviously, Spain's going extinct. That's part of the news of Spain segment. Moving on to the next part of the news of Spain segment, which is penis sculpture in Almeria. Almeria? Wait, I need to look up the pronunciation of this. Almeria. Could have fooled me. In Almeria, there's a penis sculpture. It's not actually a penis sculpture. It's a Neolithic sculpture that happens to be phallic. It happens to be phallic. And people are upset. Look, except the penis statue. He won with the penis statue. Got nothing to lose. If anything, you got so much to gain. I think that's it. I'm done. I'm fucking drunk. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the fucking news. I'm your host, Pato. I don't know if I'm doing this ever again. Can you believe Gabriel has COVID? That's fucking weird. Goodbye.
Let's try this again. I'm gonna clap again. Second iteration of the podcast. Sorry, Pato. This is gonna make it harder for the video. I'm trying to get it into the zone. I'm not in the zone yet. The reason I'm not in the zone is because I'm in my fucking terrace. drinking a coffee at 6 p.m., having to do a podcast, no matter the situation, and we have to do this. Why do I put this pressure on myself to have a podcast every week? I don't know. People say it's necessary for some reason. Okay. So I'm here trying to explain that I had COVID this week. Very 2020 of me. Can you guys hear the truck that's passing by? It's the glass truck. I think you can even listen to the click click. I don't think it's a good idea to record a podcast on a terrace. I'll be honest. I'll be completely frank with you. I don't know if this is a good idea. I think there's too much noise outside. I didn't think this through. You know, I was listening to my podcast and to my songs the other day, and I was very frustrated with my English because I think my English is almost... Oh, listen to this. The glass truck, I think, is going to pick up another batch of fresh recyclable glass from a container. And it's going to make like a very loud crashing noise, which is great for a podcast setting. Okay. Having COVID in 2024, it's like getting AIDS in 2010. It's like scary, but at the same time, it's like, who do you think you are? You know, we've been through this. It's already done. You can get medicine and just relax for a little. By that, what I mean by that is that COVID is very gay. I just thought of that. It's not a good joke. I don't know, dude. What's the protocol for COVID in 2024? There's no protocol anymore. Back then, it used to be a bunch of protocols. Now, apparently, if you say you have COVID, you're gay. And Joe Rogan hates you. Which is fine. He can hate me all he wants. There are people moving. I need to not be distracted. So, quick recap of this week. Got COVID. Had to cancel all my shows and podcasts. I saw Victor having a lot of fun doing shows. He's been killing it, actually. I think he did Comedy Gangbang. Gangbang? Oh, listen. Such a long time. So much glass. Still going. That's all the glass that's acute. Again, still going. Alright. I think it's done. Yeah, but Victor's been killing it. Proud of my boy. It's fun to see him thrive in the English and Spanish comedy scene, to be honest. I was gonna do a Spanish show this week. I couldn't. I did a roast last weekend, and that went fucking horrible. That did not go well at all. I thought I was gonna do great, honestly. I didn't. I bombed. And I feel so bad at bombing at a roast that happens only once a year. And I also feel like the people that counted on me to be there to be kind of good were disappointed in me. So sorry for that. But it's fine too. Like, I don't know if I'm recording anymore. But it's fine because like, I have some excuses. Some good excuses that make... Honestly, I don't feel that bad about it. I should feel way worse at bombing at a roast. But here's what happened. And this is not like justifying my errors, but I think all my reasons are like fair for bombing at the roast. First off, I prepared as if you would for a stand-up set, which that's wrong. I prepared as if like I was gonna go on stage and have like 10 minutes for myself. I didn't think that it was like a back and forth thing. So I didn't prepare at all for the structure of the show. Second, I wrote a lot of jokes. I had a lot of jokes. I was gonna say good jokes, but I don't think they were good roast jokes. I think they were just good jokes. And if I had like a long time to tell and narrate them, it would be funny. But again, I prepared for it as if it was like a stand-up set, which I think is fair because it was my first fucking roast, so I didn't know it wasn't that. Am I sitting weird? I just realized I'm filming this and maybe I'm sitting a little bit weird. But that was the thing. So I fucking bombed there. I was happy that Victor didn't go through the first phase of the roast, whatever, but it's fine. He did way better than I did, honestly. Like, he should have gone up at least one round. I lost immediately. Liam trashed me. Silvia de Frente and Itzy, they trashed me. Yo, I met Silvia de Frente. She's really funny in person. If you guys don't know who she is, she's a really funny stand-up comedian. Spanish and English. She's touring a bunch. She's great. One of her jokes I tell to Barbara all the time. I think it's hilarious. It's about how I don't want to butcher her joke, but just for the sake of the story, she goes into like why women want to open flower shops so much. And there's just a little tag in the joke, which is like, we just imagine ourselves in a little flower shop, and you're, picking flowers and putting them together, and you think to yourself, I'm a virgin. And I think that's so funny because Barbara always wanted to open a flower shop, and that little, I'm a virgin is like, oh yeah, that's the like, what is the reason behind wanting to open it's the philosophical urge of a woman to open a flower shop is because they want to be like a little flower that's untouchable. And I never connected the two things, and it's very real. Barbara wants to open up a flower shop. Not all women, I should say, to not be misogynistic or anti-feminist. Some women wants to do fucking kickboxing or whatever. I don't know. I have some notes I prepared for this episode because it's a solo episode of Gabriel talking for probably an hour. I'll be honest. I'm a little ashamed of myself. I'm not comfortable. Usually when I record, I'm very comfortable. But being out in the terrace makes me feel like vulnerable for some reason. I need to loosen up. Let me have some coffee to loosen up. I frothed this coffee. I have a frother. You know what a frother is? It's a fun word to say, frother. And I frothed the milk of this coffee. And it's great. It's fucking great coffee, too. Decaf. Well, I sprinkled. This is how much I love coffee. I put a bunch of decaf powder on the espresso machine. And then, on top of it, I sprinkled a little bit of caffeinated coffee. Just to give it like a little, like that would be the equivalent if I'm an alcoholic and I want to have like an alcohol-free beer. But I just sprinkle a little bit of like hand sanitizer in my fucking drink. Like, it's fine. It is fine. So I want to go to my notes because the other episodes, the break episodes that I do solo, people complain that I talk too much without a plan and it was fucking confusing. I thought it was fun for me to do, but apparently isn't fun to listen to, which sucks. Because I you know what I realized, and this is one of the notes, I improvise too much. And my head is a fucking mess, as people can tell by so many episodes already. My head is a mess, right? It goes everywhere. And what I realize is I'm trying to find in life an excuse to not be organized. I want to, like, I like stand-up comedy. I keep trying to do like creative things because in my head, being creative, you don't need order. You just go nuts, on a canvas with your dick. I actually wrote a short story about this once, about how like this painter, he was so good and so good at his craft that he started painting with his dick. And he was having a blast because he would come at the end of the painting. So he would paint, then would come at the end. And that's what I felt when I would write. I always felt so fucking good because it was so fucking do whatever the fuck I want. My head's finally free to do whatever the fuck it wants. But you shouldn't do that all the time. For example, the roast. I did that on the roast. I didn't prepare it as much. And then I bombed. Like fucking really, like I bombed so hard, you know, there's a thing that comedians sometimes do when they bomb when they're beginning, like me. I hate that people do that, and I never did that. I don't think this is the first time I did, where you're bombing, and you think it's kind of cute that you're bombing because this is my first time, and you leverage on the fact that you're being horrible on stage, and that sucks because people probably paid money to go watch you bomb. They're spending like 20 minutes of their lives or more, an hour of their lives in this show, and you're disrespecting the crowd by being like, I'm bombing. Oh, this is so funny how I'm I don't know how to explain it really, but I think you can envision this on stage. If a guy is bombing, he doesn't really know what to do, and he's like, oh my god, I'm such a clumsy man. No, dude, you fucking figure it out or get out of the stage. Like, leave people alone. And I was doing that on the roast. I was like, oh, I didn't prepare for this. I don't know. And I hated it. I hate that I did that. I'm not proud of that at all. And the other day, this is something I wrote down here. I need to stop improvising because I was at this. Fuck. If people from my job are listening to this, fuck it. I don't care. I actually do kind of care. I just realized I probably shouldn't say this. I'm not gonna say it. But I was in a situation that I couldn't improvise, work related, and I improvised. And it felt horrible because I realized how little I knew about the subject and how fucking gross it is to be in a company and like people expect you to do a good job and you go to a meeting and it's clear that you don't know I think the glass truck just went off again, and it's clear that you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? And people can tell, and you keep trying to improvise and people are like, dude, just stop. And you can tell when people are angry that you don't know what you're talking about, but you're still trying. And that is embarrassing as a 28-year-old to do. I need to prepare more for stuff. Also, like, this week I had COVID, so maybe I wasn't at my best, okay? Probably even at the show, at the roast. Oh yeah, I did have COVID at the show. So people who saw me, Silvia de Frente, sorry, I probably sneezed on your face and gave you COVID. Again, I don't know what the fucking protocols are. I didn't know. I didn't think about the idea of having COVID. I was feeling a little bit sick that day, sure. Like I had a little throat ache, but I didn't thought it was COVID. You know, I thought it was just a cold. I forgot about COVID. And then I went to the show. I did the show. Probably shook a bunch of hands. I spat on my hand like spat on my hand and fucking touched with my finger on inside of Liam's mouth and did like a, you know, one of those on Liam's mouth with my spit on it, and he got COVID probably. Sorry, Liam. Haktua girl. I also wrote down the Haktua girl to talk about her, but my point is I'm gonna be very short because I'm tired of it already. It's been like, what, 5 days of Haktua girl? Who cares? That's all I'm gonna say. Do I have anything to say about the Haktua girl? Do you know what I'm talking about? Barbara said no with her head. And she shook her ass a little bit. Now she's watching me record, which is making things worse because I'm more uncomfortable. Whenever I record at my house, Barbara's never here, by the way. We coordinate so she doesn't need to. She's coughing. Can you hear her cough? She was driving the glass truck, the recycling glass truck. No, yeah, I don't care about the Haktua girl. You guys don't know who Token is? He's a rapper. He used that sample to make a song, the Haktua. And the line is, if she doesn't Haktua, I don't talk to her. And I think that's so whatever it is. I don't care, dude. I don't care. This Haktua thing is one of those things where like it's a bug in the matrix. You know, it's not I don't think this should be that important. It is just funny. I think everyone is just amazed at how funny not the situation was, but why is this such a big thing, you know? I'm not gonna get into it. I promise I won't talk about Hawk to a Girl anymore. Then what else? So we covered COVID, me bombing, me not improvising. I need to stop doing that. Oh fuck yeah! So I was sick, and whenever I'm sick, I'm. This is because my mom spoiled me too much, and I was trying to figure that out because like in my head I grew up rich, but I'm not rich. I have no family money. Like I'm fucked. I'm all on my own here. I need to make money somehow. So I was trying to figure out why do I think I grew up rich? The thing is I grew up very spoiled. Like my mom, whenever I was sick, my mom would be happy because then she didn't need to like be a good mom and she let me do whatever I wanted to do. So like when I was sick, she's like, you can eat whatever you want, stay up for whatever you want, until whatever you want. You can play as many video games as you want because you're sick. So it's like a free pass. So when I was young, I cracked the code and was like, so I'm gonna be sick all the time because then I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I actually believe that psychologically I made myself sick a lot. There was a joke when I was growing up as a teenager. Every month I got like a bad cold, right? Like a really, really bad cold. And people were like, oh, this must be horrible for you because you're losing so much time of your life, you know? You're spending 1 week a month sick. And then my dad was worried. He's like, you should do like a fucking test to see if you have like low whatever vitamin in your body or something's wrong because you're sick every month from like when I was 10 up until like 13. And the reason why I honestly believe that it psychologically made myself sick so I could just be alone in my bedroom playing video games. And those are some of the best memories I have from growing up. And this is like fucking like burned into my memory so much that whenever I'm sick, I do this silly thing, which is I can do whatever I want. Like it's like a trigger, you know, which is like I'm sick even as an adult. I'm sick, fucking I can eat like lasagna 3 days straight. I'm Garfield now for 3 days, and I can watch as many movies as I want. And I'm usually very strict. Whenever I'm not sick, I don't like. I have video games at my house. I don't even have them plugged in because I don't allow myself to play video games. That's how much of a narc I am to myself. Like I only make myself watch like either like fucking Netflix documentaries, which are not great, or YouTube videos about something productive, or read books on my free time, or I'm with Barbara. But like I don't allow myself like little treats throughout the week or the weekend, to be honest, ever. Because who needs fucking treats as a grown man? I don't want to like. I'm gonna watch like a Marvel movie. Who has time for that? I don't care. But when I'm sick is whenever I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's fucking watch Marvel movies. But I didn't. So what I did this week that I was sick, every night Barbara went to sleep super early because she goes to sleep at like 8, 9. And I had like 3 hours for myself. So after I jerk off, what I do is I put on a show. She didn't even blink. I put on like a show that now that I'm sick, that I really wanted to watch. Usually it's like a comedy, very silly comedy, or it will be like something that I don't usually watch. Like I said, like a Marvel movie, like something that is not like the equivalent of like a junk food content, you know. And I make like myself like a big meal when I'm sick. Whenever I'm sick, I eat way more than I should, which is weird because it's like if I have COVID, I shouldn't be hungry, right? It's the opposite. You're a little sick, so you don't want to eat. But whenever I'm sick, I eat so fucking much because I bought like M&Ms, like a big bag of it. I never bought M. Like I don't remember the last time I bought chocolate. But this week, like I bought a big bag of chocolate, one of those frozen Mercadona lasagnas that I fucking love. Pizza, frozen pizza, just top-notch entertainment, you know. And the thing I wanted to watch this week, bear with me, I avoid this type of thing, but I love it so fucking much. is like those like self-improvement videos on YouTube. Not Jordan Peterson, because that's too political. I literally mean like learn calisthenics in 20 minutes. I never do like the thing that I learned, but and maybe if someone feels the same as me in this situation, please text me and say that you do, because whenever I watch those videos, I immediately feel like I'm doing something with my life, and it's toxic because I don't do the thing after. Like, the video itself is like I'm living off of the person that's doing it. So like a guy that does calisthenics, he's fucking ripped. He works out. He's like, you don't need a gym. You can be like a minimalist and be shredded. I'm like, fuck yeah, you can. I'm not gonna, but you can. And I'm feeling good about the fact that you're doing this, because this has a potential for me somewhere deep into my future. I'll probably figure that out. So I was watching like calisthenics videos, how to optimize your day. I love that shit. Like how to like figure out the most productive day that you can have. Again, I don't do any of these. I just watch it for the sake of the entertainment. And like fucking what else? I watched this like Mark Manson YouTube channel. Mark Manson is the guy that wrote the Manson family book. No, I'm just not that Mark Manson. Not even Mark. That's Charles Manson, and also not fucking Marilyn Manson, which is a musician. I'm talking about Mark Manson, the writer of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Whenever I'm trying to stall because I don't remember a thing, I talk too much, but the talking makes me forget what I'm thinking, so it makes it worse. I'm doing this again. Mark Manson is a writer for self-help books, and I read Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Everyone knows this book. I'm not gonna explain. You know what book I'm talking about. I read it when I was a teenager, and I loved it. It was actually helpful. As a self-help book, it was helpful. I think that's why it's so successful. And he made a YouTube channel now where he's doing YouTube videos, and he's doing that for money. And he's very honest. It's like, oh, YouTube, there's a lot of money on YouTube. I'm a celebrity. That's his first video. The first video that he did, it was like, I want to try doing like YouTube videos because I think it's easy, it's cheap for me to do, and there's a lot of money potential on this, and I think it's gonna be fun. So like, why fucking not? And I respected that, and I started watching his YouTube videos since then. And yesterday, dude, I was in a bender for Mark Manson videos, and he's talking about like how to optimize fucking sleep, optimize your calorie intakes, goal settings. Again, things that I'm not gonna do, but it's just good. I feel like I'm hanging around. You know, I don't know if you guys ever had this feeling when you're hanging around people that know what they're talking about. There's this like self-soothing situation that goes on. Maybe that's just me, but whenever I'm around people there's like super secure about knowledge that they have, or like they're really experienced in something, I kind of relax a little bit because, oh, okay, I'm with someone that knows what the fuck they're talking about. Does this make sense? And that was very enjoyable for me. I spent like 3 hours watching what I call Sigma mentality videos. 3 hours straight. That was fucking great. And then I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee so you let that sink in, that this is the podcast that you chose to listen to today. It's a guy talking about Sigma mentality videos on YouTube. Coffee sip. Great coffee. Then I got into, like, I was watching all those videos. So this is the point that I wanted to make. You guys remember PewDiePie? Barbara, look at me. She did like this with her head. PewDiePie, dude. Like, I for sure love PewDiePie. Ever since he started. I'm a nerd, so I loved video games. I love watching him play video games, and I loved he became a celebrity. That was fun to watch as I grew up. He was the biggest YouTuber for like 10 years straight, right? And I kind of forgot about him, as everyone did, PewDiePie. And then, like last year, I think it was, like the end of last year, I realized he was doing like these vlogs because he moved to Japan, and he's been doing these vlogs in these lo-fi Japanese style vlogs because he's living in Japan. And I started watching them with Barbara because like Barbara and I, one of the favorite shows like genre shows that we have to watch is either like travel shows, food shows, like Somebody Fit Feel, or there's this great guy here in Spain. His channel is called Spain Reviewed. It's fucking amazing. We like to watch these types of shows, and we like it even more when there's like a family environment of those shows. Like it's a guy that's traveling with his family, or I don't know, family trips. I think we just like it. I don't know. I don't want to explain why we like it. And PewDiePie had been doing this vlogs in Japan with, apparently he had a baby, we didn't know. And then we just started to watch PewDiePie video vlogs as a couple. And I thought, holy shit, like, talk about like an artist, even if you don't want to call being a YouTuber being an artist, but I do. Talk about like aging well with your audience, you know? He literally caught my attention again because I've been a fan throughout all my life, and then I'm back to being a fan because he's doing the stuff that I admire for a guy my age or older than me. I think he's like 5 years older than me, but you get what I mean. He's like, oh shit, he moved to a country that he really wanted to. He's having like this cute family, and this is the point that I wanted to make. He's like a fucking Sigma mentality dude himself now. He's like a bodybuilder influencer on the side. I didn't know that. And I was watching Mark Manson videos, and then this video popped up of him, of like his workout routine. And then I started just fucking laughing because it's so awkward. The video he did a video. How am I going to explain this video? He did a video about like, he's jacked right now. Like PewDiePie is fucking jacked. And he did a video about like the philosophy of a bodybuilder from this Japanese writer. I don't care. But the fact is, throughout the whole video, it's just him working out shirtless, reciting poetry. And I watched the whole video. and I think that's so lame. So PewDiePie did a video about like bodybuilding with calisthenics, the mentality that got him there, the philosophy, which is essentially the same as like reading books and being a writer. And he's reciting poetry with essentially the same backdrop music that I'm putting right now, like a lo-fi style music. And the guy is just like lifting weights and showing his sweaty body. And I realized this is a little gay. And it always amuses me whenever I'm trying to like get better as a man, how thin the line is. Like you want to like be strong and you want to be like disciplined, but there's always this thin line between like wanting to be a man and being gay. Like if you're too much of a man, you cross the gay line again. I don't think it's gay. I think you should use the word feminine. I'm not sure. Pato will correct me on this if he can, because he's the wokest of all the hosts, I think. I want to talk a little bit about the Danny Boy episode. Was super fun. Was a huge deal for us. I know some people are like, why is it a huge dude? Danny Boy is a fucking huge comic in Spain, and even though like this podcast is about the English stand-up scene, for us just to hang around a comedian of his like stature and talk to him for an hour plus straight is fucking great. I loved it. It was a great experience for me. But I'll be honest, like I go up and down whenever I release a podcast or songs or whatever I do. I go up and down in like if I liked it or not. Some days I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever done, and some days it's like, it's kind of shitty. And right now I'm in the mood of thinking it's a little shitty because I think both Victor and myself, we were a little bit too excited to have Danny Boy on, and we were just like two kids in a candy shop, and 50 Cent was playing in the background. Too excited. We interrupted too much. We didn't let him finish. We were trying to get jokes in that weren't even that funny for too long. I don't know. Like, it's fine. It's our first episode with a big comedian, so I thought that might happen going in. But it's fine. It was still like a listenable episode, I think. And I was thinking this the other day. I think the guys that listen to this episode, and it is all dudes. Like, sometimes I think Emily listens. Emily J. But that's it, I think. If you're a woman and you listen to this, let me know. The percentile of listeners that are women on, because Spotify shows this, it's like about 10%. And that's not a lot. And that's spread out throughout all the episodes, by the way. So some episodes 0 women, and some episodes like 2. So if you're a woman, this is statistics. You know, I'm not being misogynistic. If you listen to this and you're a woman and you are enjoying this, please let me know. I want to make this more enjoyable for everyone. What should I stop doing? I think this is the wind that blew on my microphone. What was I talking about? I have one last subject to finish off the episode. I have no idea for how long I'm going. I think Pato had a news segment that he wanted to do. So Pato, if you want to do a news segment, send me the audio and I'll add it after. I completely forgot what I was talking about before this. Speaking about Emily J, she's been out of the country for like a month, and I noticed she's a good hang at the club. She's like one of those people that are super fun to hang out with, and like, where is Emily? And then I realized, oh, she's out of the country, which is like, oh fuck, it's just me and Adrian now. Emily left us. When Emily returns, Adrian's gonna be right wing. This is too much of an inside joke, I think. Adrian's now voting for Trump. Breaking news. Last subject. For the guys that are like diehard comedians. Diehard comedian. Of course, this is... Everyone's listening to this. It's probably a comedian in the scene, so what am I talking about? I want to talk about a movie that I watched while I was sick with COVID. And I watched this Chris Rock movie. I forget what the name is. I think it's like the Big Five or the Big Guys or something like that. I don't know. Big something. What? Top 5? Is it really? You remember? Oh, good. I thought you didn't watch it with me. You did watch the beginning of the movie, right? Stop shaking your ass for everything that I say then. Okay. Top guys? Top 5. Top 5 is the name of the movie that we watched. I forgot you were there. That's how much I like the movie. Chris Rock movie. What a weird movie. So first of all, Chris Rock released this movie like 2015 or earlier maybe. It's out on Netflix. It's great, but first of all, I have so many things to say about this movie. It's a great movie if you're like a huge New York comedy fan, because there's so many like cameos from big comedians. And even at the time, there are some comedians that are really big now that make cameos back in the day, and they weren't that big back then, which is fun to see, you know. There's this awesome scene with Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, this is not an example of a comic that wasn't big then, but this is just a funny thing that I remembered. On the movie, there's this bachelor party for Chris Rock, and he goes to a strip club with his black friends, and just Jerry Seinfeld and Adam Sandler. So it's all black people on a black strip club, plus Adam Sandler and Jerry Seinfeld, and there's this great like exchange between Jerry Seinfeld and essentially like a stripper that's also a prostitute. And it's a great movie. Throughout the plot of the movie, like as a movie, it doesn't hold up, but as a comedy fan, it's so funny. There's jokes throughout the movie every like 5 minutes that they are killer jokes, and they don't even serve the plot at all. It's just like there's this main like story of the movie, which is about like some fucking bullshit. Like Chris Rock is a bachelor in New York. He's a huge comic. He's famous. He wants to be taken seriously now. He's an alcoholic. Like all this bullshit, and he's marrying this woman that's not good for him, and he meets this cool underground like reporter from the New York Times that's interviewing him, and he falls in love. That's all fine. That's the main story. But behind that story, there is this thread of like jokes, which is like, I think as they were writing the movie, Chris Rock is like, yeah, this story is fine. Do whatever you want with the story. I don't care. I just want to make this movie funny for me and for my comedian friends. So that's what it is. It's a great comedy. It almost feels like someone forced him to make a movie. They're like, we'll give you a bunch of money to make this movie. We don't care what you do. Just have fun and get it over with. And I think in his head, he's like, I don't want to make a movie, but I'll do it. That's what it feels like. So top five guys, whatever the name of the movie is called. Again, such a funny, good movie. And like, I didn't know that was a thing. I maybe I'm too young. Maybe everyone knows, and I'm just like here saying that I found this gem of a movie from Chris Rock. But if you didn't see this, if you haven't seen this movie before, I highly recommend it. Yeah. So I started calisthenics today. This is the first day that I went to the park to work out like a true minimalist. I couldn't do 5 push-ups, which was upsetting. I used to do like a lot, and now I didn't even do like 5. I couldn't do 1 pull-up. That sucked. Yeah, but that's it. I'm not gonna talk about calisthenics. It's fine. Next subject. I think this is all for today, guys. I don't have anything else to talk about. Let me see. Yeah, dude. I'm glad I prepared for this. I did try to prepare. Let me see if I can do any improvisational thing right now. No, I have nothing. I'm exhausted. I'm still a little bit sick. Barbara also has COVID. We're sick. This is a sick household. Not in the good way, like in a radical way. Like, it's not like this house is sick. It's like, we're sick. We're coughing up blood. Not blood. And I'm gonna watch a movie tonight. I'm excited. This is like how I can tell that I'm close to 30 and I'm excited. Like, I'm glad that I'm old, because like this is my night. Again, the sick thing, right? I'm no longer even that sick. I could go out if I wanted to. But I'm so excited that I'm a little bit sick, so there's no excuse for me to just hang around the sofa with Barbara, watch a movie, have some nachos. I bought like 2 bags of nachos, like tortilla chips. Gonna put cheese on top of them, put them in the oven, have some Coca-Cola, and dip them in some guacamole. That's my night. It's like close to 8. Like, isn't it so frustrating now in Spain that like the sun is out until 10:30? I like the nighttime. I enjoy being inside. You know, I don't know. What else? I'm moving. We're moving houses. This is the last time you see this shitty brick backdrop. I didn't realize this like kind of looks like a old school stand-up brick wall. We're losing this. We're no longer. This is the last episode I'm recording in this house. That's not true. We'll be here until the 15th of July. But we're moving to a way better place, way bigger, fucking close to the price that we're paying now, and like 2 blocks away. Is this interesting? Is this podcast interesting? I don't know. I stopped receiving feedback. People are still listening to it, so the numbers are consistent. But I have no idea if this is better or worse from when it started. I hope it's better. But differently than comedy, like stand-up, I have no idea if you guys are enjoying this or not. So just send me like a thumbs up or down, Adrian. I think Adrian's not listening to every episode anymore. He has things to do. Yeah. So I'ma go watch a movie, eat some nachos. I don't think I'll edit this that much. I'm tired and I need a break. You know, which is the title of the episode. And that's it. Enjoy your weekend or the week, because we released this on Mondays. I just remembered. Enjoy your week. We're close to the summer. If you're in Spain, you're gonna probably take like 3 weeks of vacation or a full month, because it's fine here to be completely lazy and just rest for a full month like a bear. And let's rest it up, dude. I'm gonna do the same fucking thing. I got like almost 3 weeks of vacation. I'm going to Greece in 1 week. The other 2 weeks I'm just gonna be here hanging the fuck out, enjoying my new house, enjoying the same sofa that I have, which is a great sofa, watching comedy movies and Sigma mentality videos, improving myself as a man, trying not to be gay, probably have a puppy dog. Do you want a dog? I don't think we have money to have a dog, honestly. Yeah, that's it. Peace out.